This is analysis of Alen's freestyle. Alen has a tough time on the start. He forgets what stroke he's doing. But once he gets going, we can see good elbow bend, and we see pretty good body position. What we'd like to focus on is when we take a breath, we don't want to rotate back too far in the opposite direction to compensate for the breath. Additionally, when we come in for our flip turn, we want to make sure we flip over flat on our back and push off flat on our back. That way we get off the wall as quickly as possible. If we come off in our streamline and kick our way onto our stomach, we can break out with more power. Again, I think Alen is confused about breaststroke or freestyle. We want to make sure that when we're swimming a sprint 50 freestyle that we don't breathe every stroke. Additionally, we can see Alen is crossing his legs over when he kicks, which isn't allowing him to use his full power, and it's not allowing him to use his kick tempo to his best advantage. Finally, we see that he's really kind of dragging his kick. We want to make sure he really picks up that tempo and really use it to drive the engine that is his freestyle stroke. Make sure when we finish with that head down all the way on our side. We don't want to finish with our head up. We can roll right through into the finish right here. If we roll all the way onto our side and kick very hard, this should be our last stroke. We don't need to take another stroke so close to the wall. This is underwater analysis of Alen's freestyle. Alen gets a little bit confused here. We want to make sure that he doesn't break out with one hand so early, because he'll get caught with his hands at his side. Alright, so as Alen gets going here, we can see that he does a pretty decent job of not dropping his elbow and using his full arm to pull all the way through, which is important. We want to make sure that when he gets to this point, he's using his entire arm as a paddle, which he does well. See, Alen has pretty good kick rate in this the first 25 of the 50, and then it allows him to go much faster. And when we come through onto this turn, we want to get to this point and then push off in a streamline flat on our back, then kick our way onto our stomach. We don't want to waste all this time rolling all over onto our stomach before we push off the wall, because we're going to lose a lot of efficiency and a lot of momentum off of the wall. As we can see, as Alen gets tired here, his stroke begins to break down more and more. We get to see this elbow start to lead his hand. So unlike before when he had a nice long paddle to pull through the water, now we get to see that his arm is starting to bend more like this, and as a result he's only able to pull with this part of his arm for the end of the stroke. But we want him to make sure he's using his whole arm all the way through the stroke. Additionally, we can see as he gets tired, he crosses his legs over when he kicks. And this prevents him from kicking through the full range of motion of his kick, and really takes away from the power and speed that he can generate. So this is a habit that we really need to break and make sure we don't focus on not crossing over when we kick, so that we use or carry as much speed as possible and really use that kick to generate as the engine of our stroke, freestyle stroke.